Hold up.
I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're staying safe at home. Today I want to talk about 5 foods. These are 5 out of maybe 500 different foods which are now scientifically and medically documented to perform unbelievable functions at a cellular level when it comes to your health. You've all heard of sayings that food is medicine, food can behave like a medicine. Yes, it's absolutely true. There are foods out there that have medicinal properties. There are foods out there that can turn on genes and turn off genes. What are genes? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when people talk about genes? They say, oh, you look like that. Yes, it's in my genes. Oh, your dad looks like that. I look like this. It's in our genes. Okay, oh, my dad has diabetes. I may get diabetes. It's in my genes. It's hereditary. So genes basically are sets of instructions, okay, at a cellular level that tells the body what to make. Certain protein molecules have to be made based on instructions. Where do these instructions come? Have you ever thought about cancer cells? Why they behave in a particular way? We all have cancer cells, you and me. Even if we fortunately don't have cancer, we have cancer cells within us. What causes those cancer cells to start developing into cancer cells that start destructing us? It came from an instruction. Everything starts with an instruction. You behave badly today because there was an instruction from your brain to behave that particular way. It just didn't happen. It came from an instruction. So genes hold sets of instructions. You know, the health of your liver, the color of your eyes, how good and healthy your hair is, the color of your hair, the length of your hair, how you are when you're 30, 50, or 70 years. They're all instructions from your genes. Now, what feeds these genes, or what's required for your gene expression to be healthy? So what is gene expression? Your genes express themselves in different ways. The color of your eyes, for example, there's constant expression happening. Now you can have the right expression or you can have the wrong expression. So when we create the wrong environment within our body or outside of us, the environment isn't right, our gene expression can change. And that's when you have mutations, and certain mutations become deadly. They move into deadly cancers, into metastatic cancers. The instructions have gone rogue. It's like a computer program that is corrupt with a virus. And the computer program now starts doing the opposite of what the algorithm or the program was originally designed to do. That's what happens when our genes are all messed up. So when you get into genetics and epigenetics, it's vast. But we're going to talk about the basics over the next couple of days. While there are many things that affect the health of your genes, the quality of your sleep, how quickly you can diffuse chronic stress, the health of your relationships, the health of your environment around you, pollution levels, the quality of your food, the kind of oils that you cook your food in, the kind of inflammation that exists in your body. All of this impacts your gene expression. We're going to talk about 5 simple foods today. Like I said, they're 5 out of hundreds and thousands of foods which we'll cover. We'll cover over the next couple of weeks. But I'm actually taking out 5 foods at a time so that we can all learn in simple, small ways. I call them small wins every day. All of us can be winners. There are people who are trying to become winners today. They're desperate to become a winner right away and they never win. Winning is a process. It requires effort, it requires discipline, it requires consistency, but we're going to start winning today with small little wins. Example, did you do 5 minutes of deep breathing this morning? Just 5 minutes, that's a small win for you. Did you do your exercise? Small win. You didn't do it, you still have the rest of the day to do it. Small win again. Was your breakfast healthy if you ate? Maybe you fasted 16 or 15 hours instead of 12 hours. That's a small win. It's the small wins that we accumulate us that gets us success and builds the complete us. We're going to start off with 5 simple foods. If they suit you, eat them. If they don't suit you, there are other foods. You don't have to make a big deal about everything. Sometimes certain foods are not available in the countries we live in. Sometimes we don't like the taste of it. Sometimes they don't suit us. They don't make us feel good. That's okay. That's absolutely okay. There'll be another set of 5 foods and another set of 5 foods, and you'll finally find something that suits your body. Because nature's given us a diversity of foods and spices and minerals and fruits and so many different things. If you don't find it in one fruit that you don't like, you'll probably have it in another. Parents out there forcing their kids to eat fruits all the time, guess what? If your kids don't like fruits, they don't like fruits. Okay, but if they're eating a whole array of different vegetables, it's absolutely fine. So you see, we don't have to be too strict about these things, but we do want to build a rainbow plate at the end of the day. So the first food I'm talking about today, pomegranate. I can talk hours and hours on pomegranate, one of the most powerful fruits in the world. There are also other powerful fruits. And because I'm mentioning these 5 foods today, I'm not mentioning them in any order. I'm just picking up 5 foods every day and sharing them with you. Pomegranates. What I like about pomegranates is everything but the ellagic acid. Ellagic acid plays a huge role in keeping inflammation low, working with ER-positive breast cancers, cases where there are excess estrogen in the body, which is a big problem for men and women, right? From endometriosis to PCOD to fluctuation of your period cycle to early menopause, difficult menopause, and men. Excess estrogen, you have your man boobs, you have, high belly fat and all of these things. Too much of estrogen is a bad thing. Ellagic acid plays a massive role when it comes to naturally controlling your estrogen levels along with your overall lifestyle. Plus the fiber, plus the heart-friendly properties. Pomegranate is one of my choices of foods that should be in your diet if you like them at some given point. Pomegranate. The second one, I've been talking about this for ages, green tea. No, it isn't another fad. Green tea is real. The science is documented in almost every single medical journal. From cancers to heart health to Alzheimer's to better skin to better hair to liver health to non-alcoholic fatty liver to alcoholic fatty liver. Unbelievable. You want to get yourself a good quality green tea, brew it fresh at home. But yep, you want to make the switch from aerated drinks to green tea. 2 cups, 3 cups, it's up to you. Do what suits you. Don't overdo it. Just because pomegranate and green tea is on the list, it doesn't mean you just eat pomegranate all day and you drink green tea all day. Moderation for everyone. So green tea, I cannot go on stressing about the importance of having green tea in your diet. Black tea is also great. It's absolutely healthy, but green tea has properties that black tea doesn't have. So that's green tea. The second food, cold pressed or virgin coconut oil. There are tons of oils that we'll discuss over the next, not tons of them, a couple of oils that we'll discuss over the next couple of weeks. But cold pressed or virgin coconut oil. The only foods that can almost completely resemble the constituents of breast milk. Nature's intelligence, the ingredients in breast milk that contributes towards the growth of a child, their immune system, their brain, their liver, their kidney, everything. Lauric acid and caprylic acid found in cold pressed coconut oil. Magical at every level, from your immunity to inflammation and you name it. A lot of myths out there that coconut oil is a saturated oil. Of course it's a saturated oil, and there's nothing wrong with having a saturated oil. The problem is if you're having saturated oils which are processed and you're having too much of saturated oils. Too much of anything is bad for you. So cold pressed coconut oils, virgin coconut oils, absolutely fantastic for you. Mushrooms, and I'm not talking about the magic mushrooms. I'm not talking about the mushrooms with psilocybin that gets you all high and happy. I'm talking about mushrooms which are edible. Whether they're shiitake mushrooms, they're button mushrooms, they're oyster mushrooms, they're enoki mushrooms, whatever. Tremendous health benefits in mushrooms, right from the fiber to the vitamin D to the beta-glucan. It is a medicinal food in all ways. If you have allergies to it, okay, you can't eat it. But if you never experimented with mushrooms, there are tons of ways to cook mushrooms, beautiful stir fries, so many various ways to do it. Mushrooms are powerful beyond belief. Something that you may want to include in your daily diet. And then turmeric, we all know about this. Turmeric, also called gold. It's called golden, powder. It's called the spice of gold. It's called the golden spice, the golden plant. Turmeric is fabulous. It is a spice loaded with nutrients and micronutrients that help you from cancers to every possible condition. Of course, if you're on blood thinners, you're going in for surgery, you've got to reduce your turmeric quantity. There are always contraindications that you need to check before doing anything, especially if you're on any special treatment, you're going into surgery, or you're pregnant. But turmeric plays a massive role in cancers and lowering inflammation because of the signaling pathways. Remember I spoke about communication and genes? Communication, interaction, instructions, all happen with signaling pathways. If these pathways are blocked, If these pathways cannot signal the right way, we have confusion at a hormonal level, which is not good for us. It affects gene expression, it causes cancers and tumors to rapidly grow out of control, even though you may be on the best treatment. So turmeric plays a role at a very deep cellular level, documented in almost every scientific and medical journal again. These are our 5 foods that I've chosen to share with you today. Now there are different ways to consume that. You can check it out, but understand, okay? While I say food is medicine, okay, it is equally important to understand that you don't jump off your allopathic medication the wrong way. Yes, you can wean off with your doctors in the loop. At the same time, food alone won't work. You also got to sleep well, you got to exercise sufficiently, rest sufficiently, learn how to relax, keep your stress levels low. It's everything. Good food works as medicine when your lifestyle overall is good and healthy. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.